Hello, welcome to the Dumpster Diamond. Usually, around this time of day, you can find me inside the neon caves, helping people illuminate their path with divine guidance using some cards. But today, I stepped away from the altar. Sometimes, looking into the infinite future makes your eyes tire out. So, I came up here to the top of the big rock above Starlight Falls to look at things that have already finished happening. These are just regular stones. They aren't quartz crystals or obsidian chunks or anything you'd buy at a specialty shop for $22 to protect your aura. They're just rocks from the creek bed right next to the Ferris wheel. If you look closely at this one, it's mostly compressed limestone and a little bit of fossilized sludge from the trash bin. A lot of people think spirituality requires an expensive singing bowl or a rare incense from a distant land. But I like to think of spirituality as the ultimate form of turning trash into treasure. It's the simple act of looking at something broken or discarded or flattened by heavy machinery and saying, I think I can build something steady with you. There. That's a rock stack. Deep in the woods, hikers call them cairns. They use them to mark the path so you don't get lost in the dark. In an amusement park built on a reclaimed landfill, I use them to remind myself that things can stay upright, even when the ground beneath you is a little uneven. When you look at this stone at the bottom of the stack, it's easy to just call it a rock and leave it at that. But if you think about it, one thing can actually be 10 different things, all at the same time. To me, it's a building block. To a beetle, it's a roof. To the river, it's a speed bump. And a few decades ago, it was probably just a loose piece of gravel on the highway. People like things to be strictly black and white. It makes the world feel organized. But I think life is a little more interesting when you realize that most things, and most people, are a whole bunch of different things at once. You don't have to pick just one label to be valuable. Lately, I've been sitting out here listening to a musician named kcjones. He has a song called Bone White Sky. His music has this quiet, flickering quality, like the dashboard lights off a car driving down an empty highway at 2 in the morning. It makes you feel very safe. Hardly anyone knows about his music yet, which makes listening to it feel like finding a perfectly preserved, antique glass marble that somehow didn't get a single scratch. When you look up right now, the sky isn't bone white anymore. It's dark as ink. But if you close your eyes and listen to the water falling over the ledge, you can still feel the weight of that song of his. It makes you feel very small, but in a comfortable way. Like being a single pebble on a very large mountain. You don't have to carry the whole mountain. You just have to sit on it for a while. We don't actually have an aquarium here at the Dumpster Diamond, but if we did, I'd want it to look just like this. Jellyfish are fascinating because they are essentially just structured water. They take whatever current the ocean gives them and they ride it. In a way, they're the ultimate example of doing a lot with a very little. No gears, no engines, just 95% water and gentle rhythm. If a plastic bag floating in the wind is trash, a jellyfish is nature's way of turning that exact same movement into treasure. Oh, there's Eugene, everyone's favorite pufferfish. Does a pufferfish ever get tired of looking so cheerful? These are stingrays. Usually they glide through the open water like large, smooth birds. But tonight, they decided to just unpack their bags, settle down on the sand, and do absolutely nothing. If they can take a break from moving, I think it's okay if you and I do the same. Look at these happy chunkers. What do you think these guys are talking about? This is a subterranean cave, hollowed out by millions of years of patient water seeping through the stone. It reminds me that some of the most vibrant, glowing things on Earth are the ones that grow completely in secret, out of sight. Whether you're looking at a glowing cave deep underground or just sitting on a cold rock above a waterfall, it's nice to know the Earth is holding us steady. I'm gonna stay up here until the stars move a little further across the sky. Thanks for walking up the trail with me in the dark. Have a good night.